So now that we have our Venn diagram set up, we have our totals calculated for our two-way table, and we've put everything kind of where it belongs. We're ready to go ahead and answer some questions about the data that we've been given. So the first question is, what percentage of mothers smoked? So what we're looking at is over the total number of responses. So it's going to be number of smokers over the total number of responses or babies or whatever you want to call it. So the total number of smokers we saw up on the top right of the screen was the 18 in blue plus the 132 in pink. So that was 150. So that was 150 out of 350. So if we put that into our calculator, we'll get a decimal. So you take 150 divided by 350, and we get 0.42857. So as a percentage, this equals 42.857. So of all the babies that were documented, 42, seems really high, 42.857% of them had mothers who smoked. And now we're going to go to what percentage of babies were born with low birth weight. So this is going to be the number of babies with low birth weight again over the total number of responses. Which we know from before is 350. So let's go back up to our two-way table and let's see how many babies were born with low birth weight. So low birth weight is just going to be the sum in the first column. So blue plus orange, 18 plus 14, 32. So 32 out of 350 babies were born with low birth weight. So that's going to be 32 divided by 350, we get 0.09143. And so converting this into a percentage, move the decimal 2 times or multiply by 100, whatever you like, you get 9.143% of babies in this survey were reported to have been born with low birth weight. And now we're going to get into a conditional probability. So the next question, what we're asking is, of the non-smoking mothers, maybe I'll do this. I'm going to, no I won't. If we just set this up, it's going to be of the non-smoking mothers, right? So I'm looking at number of non-smoking mothers and I'm looking at the number of babies with low birth weight and non-smoking mothers. Right, so I'm just saying, let's just focus on the non-smoking mothers. In that demographic, how many of them or what percentage of them were born with low birth weight? So let's look first at the denominator. We're going to have the number of non-smoking mothers. So I have to scroll back up. The number of non-smoking mothers is the second row. So that's orange plus green, 14 plus 186, 200. So 200 babies had moms that did not smoke. Of those 200, how many of those babies were born with low birth weight? So again, I'm looking at non-smoking. I'm looking in the second column. but now I'm looking at low birth weight. So that only leaves me at the orange value, 14. So this is going to be 14 out of 200. We'll do the same here. We get 0.07, which is 7%. And then lastly, we'll look again at low birth weight, but this time in the context of smoking mothers. So this is going to be the number of babies with low birth weight, BW, and now I'm looking at smoking mothers. And so the denominator is going to be the number of smoking mothers. So let's find the denominator first, the number of smoking mothers. Go back up to my table. I'm looking in the first row. I'm looking at blue plus pink, 18 plus 132, so that's 150. And then I want to find the number of babies with low birth weight and non-smoking mothers. So I'm going to low birth weight, that's column 1, and I'm going to go to non-smoking mothers. Did I do that right? Sorry. The first row and the first column. So that's going to be 18, low birth weight and smoking. So blue 18, so I'm going to be 18 out of 150. So 18 divided by 150, I get 0.12, which is 12%. So you can think about it this way. If you're a smoking mother, you have a 12% chance of having a baby with low birth weight. And if you're a non-smoking mother, you have a 7% chance of having a baby with low birth weight. So that's it. That's 2A tables. If you have any questions, give us an email and we will get back to you.